So hey guys, we are back with another video, and in this video we are going to talk about the open source models by OpenAI. We can now say OpenAI is OpenAI now. After GPT-2, it took them 4.5 years to release an open source model. That was last time in 2019 and it's already 2025. And that was the second half of 2019, so you can say it's almost 5 years that they did it. Okay. So after 5-6 years, we have finally got an open source model, not one but two models. One is GPT OSS 120 billion parameter, and one is GPT OSS 20 billion. So I really like the approach, right? They decided to put two models down in the market. One which is going to be estimated to be giving performance as a good reasoning model in the market, like O4 mini or O3 mini, and one will be significant less in size, and it is also going to give you decent performance, right? Now they say this model can run on most desktops and laptops. I don't know which desktops and laptops they are talking about if running a 20 billion model on, until you run it in a compressed way, for which you have so many applications available now. But if you ask me in general, obviously it's not possible, right? So they have this platform, right? GPT OSS, where you can go and play with these models. I was just playing with it. How many are in the word strawberry? Their typical question. We have 120 billion model available, 20 billion model. There are three reasoning levels, right? And both models are compatible for reasoning: high, medium, low, which is really good. I appreciate that OpenAI is open sourcing these kind of models, which have multiple hybrid reasoning patterns available for anyone who wants to use them. So yeah, now coming to the research post, right? The introducing GPT OSS, where they talk about this. So they're saying we are releasing two models, 120 billion and 20 billion. The name GPT OSS. So I thought they will keep it something different like Gemini, right? They have this, they have their models name as Gemma, which the ones which are open source, and the enterprise ones are Gemini, right? So I thought maybe something like that will be done, but they kept it simple, GPT OSS. Nice. Now they say that GPT OSS 120 billion parameter, this achieves near parity with OpenAI O4 mini on core reasoning benchmarks. This is really nice while running efficiently on a single 80 GB GPU. So I really appreciate the fact that we are getting open source models from OpenAI which are same as O4 mini, because now we can truly say that they are open sourcing and democratizing the whole concept of OpenAI, the thing they were talking about. And they got this research paper, right, estimating a worst case scenario frontier risks on open weight LLMs. So this is mostly about the safety part of LLMs. They have talked about that. For understanding the structure, we will have to deep dive, right? We will have to go through all the things. So they have said that GPT OSS were trained using most advanced pre-training and post-training techniques, with particular focus on reasoning, efficiency, and real-world usability. Each model is a transformer which leverages mixture of experts to reduce the number of activated parameters. So GPT OSS 120 billion activates only 5.1 billion parameters per token, while GPT OSS 20 billion activates only 3.6 billion. Fantastic, guys. This is what we wanted. These models have 107 billion and 21 billion total parameters respectively. The models use alternating dense and local banded sparse attention similar to GPT-3. They are giving us that nostalgic feeling, right, that we had for GPT-3. We were studying all things. For inference and memory efficiency, the models use grouped multi-query attention. So I was expecting them to use, I don't know, for something else. They will come up with a new technique, but I guess this is the thing which works best for them, so it's fine. With a group size of 8. Now I want to know what they use for training. Did they use multi-head latent attention, because that is the most trending thing in market right now. I am pretty sure they did not use grouped query attention, right? I'm almost 100% sure. And we use rotary position embeddings as usual for position encoding, and native support context length of up to 128K. It's really good. As you can see, we train models on mostly on English text only data with focus on STEM, coding, and general knowledge. So yeah, now I think for the post training, they are saying our objective was to align models with OpenAI model spec. You guys can go and read it and teach it to apply the chain of thought reasoning. And similar to OpenAI O series models in the API, the two open source models support three reasoning efforts. As we know, for O4 and O3 we had high, low, and medium. Similarly, we have it here, and that is going to impact your latency and performance. Obviously, high reasoning model is definitely going to perform better than the low one, but it is going to require more tokens, and it will obviously take more latency, right? Let's look at some things. Code forces competition code. Here you can see O3, O4 mini were the best models, and GPT OSS was close 2622 and it was 2706. It's definitely close, right? And they with this is with tools, and without tools it's 2463. So agentic tasks also, I think they have talked about that how good these models are. Now humanity's last exam, the most important benchmark right now in the whole LM market, right? You can see with tools it was able to achieve an accuracy of 19%, and O3 with tools was achieving 24.9. So with tools you can say for sure these models are close to O4 and O3 mini, but not exactly as it is, because when you compare it with O4 it's even better. GPT OSS 120, it's even better than O4. Okay, now health bench hard, or everywhere you will see they are better than O4 mini but less than O3, something like that. In most of the benchmarks you're going to see the same results. Now the chain of thought plus answer length tokens, you'll see GPT OSS 120 and 20 billion, they have significant difference in the accuracy, right? It is from the very first look at the graph, you can see 120 billion is obviously going to outperform 20 billion, and it will require less thinking as it is a more smart model compared to the 20 billion parameter model. So yeah guys, you guys can go and try this here, and if you guys have sufficient RAM and GPU access, definitely here's the open source model from OpenAI. If you go to their website, right, I should have opened it here. Yeah, now if you go here, right, you will see directly after GPT-2 we are getting GPT OSS 120 billion. In the collections also you will see only Whisper, which they released I think 2022, and now we are getting directly this. So we had these Whisper models, and if you keep going down, right, you will see image GPT medium, and if I go to the second one, I think we will find, yeah, the Jukebox, which they got in 2022. So yeah, most of the things they released in 2022, and after 2022 they actually stopped almost releasing anything in the market. But now I'm really happy that they came back with GPT OSS, and I'm pretty sure OpenAI is going to keep delivering these things in open source market. This will help people like us a lot, right? So yeah guys, if you have sufficient GPUs and space, definitely go and try both models, 20 billion and 120 billion. It is already hosted here, so I don't see a point using them in local right now, unless you are thinking of fine tuning it or deploying it for some personal use. Else this playground is here if you just want to test it. And you guys can also let me know what are your thoughts on this, of OpenAI typically becoming OpenAI. So yeah guys, that was it for the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.